For the days where you need something more than your daily trainer, but don't quite want to be in your racing shoes, there are the Tempo or Speedwork shoes. And these are my top 5 for 2023. What's going on, everybody? My name is Kapuzzi and I'm a non-elite runner who reviews shoes here on YouTube. And today I'm going to go over my top 5 Tempo shoes that were released in 2023. But first, before I go over those, let's go over some disclosures. Some of these shoes were sent to me for the purpose of review, and some of them I bought myself. And a lot of times I just don't remember until I look it up as to which one is which. But regardless of how a shoe gets to me, no one's paying me to make this video or to include their shoe on this list, and no one's gonna get a chance to preview any of my footage or my thoughts before you guys get a chance to see this video on YouTube. So with that disclosure out of the way, let's talk about my top 5 Tempo shoes that were released in 2023. At number 5, there's a newcomer this year, and it's from Hoka. It's the Cielo Road. This is an all P-backs, low stack height, low drop, basically road flat of a shoe, and there's no plate inside. So it's not exactly a road racer, but for those shorter distance road racers out there, this is gonna be a really great tempo day shoe for you. And depending on if you're super efficient, it might even be a bit of a daily trainer. But for me and other marathon runners out there, this will be a shoe that you could reach for if you're really looking for a day to turn over the feet quickly and you wanna get out of carbon for the day, especially like if you're on the track. This could be a really great option. It's lightweight, it's super breathable, it has that race day feel, but just a little bit less aggressive, and it's gonna be a little bit easier for you to live with as a tempo day shoe. Now, for number 4, let's go to another one, and I feel like this year, above all years, like the tempo shoe category has a broad range of types of shoes, where we're talking about super fast shoes like the Cielo Road, or shoes that I think are good for marathon effort, long runs. And that's where number 4 comes in. It's the Invincible 3. Now, a lot of you guys are putting in this in the max cushion category or in the daily trainer category, and that's not wrong, but for me, I find that at those paces and efforts, I feel like the foam isn't quite right for that, and like the shoe is constantly fighting me. It wants me to do something different than what my normal stride is. It wants me to change kind of my foot strike, change my cadence. So I find the shoe really awkward at easy paces. But once you get it up to a moderate pace, the shoe can just live there all day long, and it's a really great long run workout kind of shoe. If you've got a long run with a bunch of marathon miles in the middle and you don't want to be in that carbon fiber plate, this full midsole of ZoomX foam is going to be really nice to take for that kind of workout. Now let's move to number 3, another kind of category busting shoe, because this one does have a plate, and in fact it has 2 plates. It's the Adidas Primex 2 Strung. Now this is a tall boy, a 50mm stack height shoe full of racing foam, just like the last 2 shoes that I talked about, but there are a double sets of carbon. You can even see them through the little window on the bottom. It is a big and heavy shoe because it's got so much of everything, but very similar to the Invincible 3. It's really great for those moderate efforts if you've got a marathon workout on deck. It can also go as far as threshold work for me if I'm doing mile repeats. But at that point, or anything faster, the heft of the shoe, the weight of the shoe starts to kind of make itself a little bit more noticeable. And so moderate paces, which is kind of like a marathon workout staple, is exactly where I love to use the Primex 2 Strung. And it is really fun to run in. Now at number 2, we've got another newcomer to this list, at least for me, and that is what I'm considering the most underrated shoe of the year, and that's from Topo, the Topo Cyclone 2. This is another all Peba midsole foam with no plate inside, but the way that they've set it up, it reminds me so much of the Kinvara. It's a lightweight, low to the ground shoe that is really nice to take for those faster workouts. And for some of you more efficient runners, you might even be able to take it out for some daily training as well, and it could work really nicely for that. For me, I'm using this for mile repeats. That's where I feel like this shoe really excels. Plus, it's got a wider toe box, so your toes are not going to be crunched while you're inside of this really lightweight, fun, and fast shoe. Now, for the number one, I feel like this one tops the list head and shoulders above everything else. It's a shoe that I have been enjoying all year long, and I hope I've been talking it up appropriately because I've been absolutely loving it. And you can even find it on sale right now because it has been out for a little while. And one other thing I'll say is technically, I do think this might be a 2022 release because there was like a pre-release, an early drop. I feel like December, about a year ago, but the main drop didn't happen until 2023, and I also didn't review it until 2023, so I'm gonna count it in 2023. It's the Puma Deviate Nitro 2. Not the Nitro Elite 2, which is a racing shoe, the Nitro 2, which has Nitro Elite foam. It also has a carbon fiber plate. So what they've done with this shoe is they've given it that really nice super foam, but they've given it an extra tall stack height compared to the Nitro Elite 2. And it makes for a shoe that with that carbon fiber plate picks up really nicely. It's excellent at that threshold mile repeat type of workout that you guys know that I love to do so frequently, but it also has enough cushion and it's set up with the upper that you can do a lot of daily training miles in it as well. I feel like it has really great pace versatility and you're not sacrificing really all that much at the top end either, even though it has a traditional daily trainer upper and a traditional daily trainer amount of rubber on the outsole. It's just been an absolute pleasure to run in from beginning to the end of my testing in it. And it is, I think, the best version of what one of my favorite tempo shoes, what I think is kind of paradigmatic of the genre, the old Boston series used to be. That's what the Puma Deviate Nitro 2 is doing. You can use it for your easy runs. You could take it for those hard workouts as well. And it does an excellent job in all of those categories. And for that reason, it's my tempo shoe of the year. So those are my thoughts on the top 5 speed day tempo workout shoes. Let me know what you've been working out in if you are actually using something different than just your super shoe racing shoes. I'd love to hear what you guys are putting on your feet for your workouts. And if it's too long to put in a comment, feel free to meet me over on the Kofuzi Run Club channel where I do a live stream Monday through Friday. I'd love to talk to you guys in the chat. That's all I have for today, everybody. Thanks so much for making it all the way to the end of the video. Stay tuned. I've got 2 more top 5 videos coming up to close out 2023, and I'll see you in the next one.
Yo, what's going on?